And away we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first episode of The Heroes Next Door, this Little Masks campaign that I am running. I am your GM today and your host and your best friend, Savvy Seaworth, and we are going to play a game about superheroes and other stuff, but mostly superheroes. Before we get started, I'm going to let my cast here introduce themselves, tell you who they are, name their characters, and if they want, I guess tell you what playbook they're playing too.
All right.
So let's do that.
I am Mecha Light Spider or just Mecha Spider. Either goes. I'm going to be playing Copycat, or as his non-superhero alias, Jack Fletch. I am playing the Protege playbook.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm the Kraken King on Twitter. I am going to be playing Freefall, also known as Nat Newton, and I'm playing the Nova playbook.
Hi, I'm Morgan, also known as Imagine Matrix on the internet. I'm going to be playing Elaine Silver, and she is from the Janice playbook.
Hey, my name is Aram, and I am currently playing Kickback, who is also known as Lathan Foster, and he is from the Delinquent playbook.
Hi, I'm LB of LB Hackemup, and I will be playing Sabrina Cooper, also known as Corbid the Outsider.
All right. Hi, everyone. And one more time, I'm Savvy, your game master and general keeper of heroes for this game. And that's your cast. So before we get started, I'm going to kick it over to Charlie for a little bit about our sponsors.
Past Charlie here to tell you about a few of our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds is our virtual tabletop of choice, providing us access to roles, tokens, maps, and more. You can try it today for free at fantasygrounds.com. While you're there, why not check out Fantasy Grounds Unity? World Anvil is a remarkable resource, whether you're a writer, GM, or player, organizing your campaign notes or building an entire world. Get forging today for free at worldanvil.com. And before we get into today's game, we'd like to shout out our friends at Andrews McMeel Publishing, who published the wonderful game Zweihander. If you haven't checked that out, you can catch it here on Wednesdays. We'd also like to mention Modifius, who manage and produce a wide range of RPGs. Whether you feel like being Dishonored, exploring a tale from the loop, or boldly going with Star Trek adventures, why not check out modifius.com.
And here we are. Thanks, everybody. Are we ready to get started?
All set.
Yep.
All right. Then let us play a game. We are picking up today. Got a little bit here for you. Here we go. Monday morning, March 23rd. The sun is already prominent in the sky, the southern heat picking up earlier every day here in Florida. Our heroes find themselves taking on a particularly difficult mission, returning to school after spring break. You all make your way in your own time to the school you attend together here in sunny Luminos City. Luminos High. Back to the grind. So I want to, as you're all having your wonderful, warm Florida morning here, take a moment to describe your characters a little bit and tell us what you did over spring break. Let's tell the class. Everyone stand up and tell the class what you did over spring break. Yeah, we'll go in the same order. We'll start with Copycat.
Copycat is a 16-year-old kid. He has kind of dirty blonde, like rough hair. He doesn't bother styling in the morning. He probably just wakes up, bed hair, and he's like, "Yeah, this is good enough." He normally just wears he's kind of like a geeky kid. He wears like video game hoodies and like kind of stuff. He for his school uniform, he would wear like a hoodie like this, and then his shirt underneath and his school clothes underneath. He's got green eyes, yeah, he is about. He's not very tall. He's like 5'7", and he keeps himself to himself.
Awesome. Let's say free fall.
Nat is a senior at the high school. We say Luminos High.
Yes.
She is so 18 years old. Probably I think I said 5'10" for her height. Is athletic. She's currently wearing her varsity jacket for the school softball team, which she's the starting pitcher for. She's got blonde hair. She keeps kind of pushed back, shorter length. Wears a pretty much a permanent scowl on her face when she's around campus. Just seems kind of focused and on whatever she's doing at the time, which at this point I guess is going to class.
Awesome. Next, before we go to Stardust, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our friends in the chat from Tales from the Grim and our wonderful raiders that just joined us. So thank you. We're glad you're here. Stardust. What's Stardust about?
Stardust, or Elaine, is very studious. She is the daughter of the mayor of Luminos City, so she has a lot to live up to. She spent her spring break making all of the other student government people meet up and start planning for prom. She has a background in gymnastics from when she was younger, so she's very kind of petite and small. And she's very put together. She comes to school in like a full uniform almost every day, the skirt, the tights, the blazer, the tie, the button-up shirt. And she seems to have it very together and is kind of seen a little bit like stuck up. Not because she may be, but that's just how she comes across to people.
Fair. Kickback.
All right, so Kickback, otherwise known as Lathan Foster, is 18. Kind of tall, gangly, always dressed in black, very kind of like 80s retro goth, right? And just doesn't like anyone and desperately wants to like everyone and wants everyone to like him, but is afraid, so stays to himself, right? And just used to that. And I'd say that like right now he's just kind of like leaned up against the back of the school having a cigarette before he has to run inside. Seems about right.
That tracks for me. Corvid.
Corvid, also known as Sabrina or Sub, has dark roots, gray hair with blue tips, very similar to what I'm wearing right now. She has some nice gothic accessories. She's got a black choker on with a bell on it. She's got a little hairpin that's maybe like 2 lollipops. Very decked out in her makeup. She's a really excitable person. She's just happy to be there. So she's probably, just skipping through the hallway, like saying hi to the people she knows. And her outfit's probably very, she just wears the basic, with the basic top with the skirt, probably the black sweater over it. And then her tights are a graveyard theme. And that's kind of how she's expressing herself. Oh, and over spring break, she was working.
Rad. Love it.
Right.
I love them all.
Over spring break, I was robbing spring breakers, and then I took their IDs, and I've made them into fake IDs, and I'm going to sell them this year. That's what I did.
So also working.
Yeah, working.
Over spring break, Jack spent his time with his family while they were at home, just like playing games with them and, just
Nice.
generally trying to enjoy the time with them.
Is that
Oh,
everybody?
I forgot to say mine too.
Did Nat do
Yeah.
anything fun over spring break?
She went to a softball training camp up at Florida State in Tallahassee.
Cool.
And Elaine 17.
Oh,
I forgot to say that.
So we're in the 16 to 18 year old range here. All right. Great. Wonderful. Love it. Love everything about it. So that was all fun. Some of you got some work done over spring breaks, and well, it sounds like most of you got some work done over spring break, and Jack hung out with his family, which is nice. But yeah, so now, this week, starting up Monday, you're back to your regular routines, whether that is working, some of you work, going to committee meetings and your other extracurricular activities, or really just making your way through your last semester and trying to stay awake in class, whatever your general routine looks like. But now that you've come back and we're reaching the end of March, there's some added pressure around school because the semester is not only flying by, especially for the seniors, but prom is coming up April 18th, 26 days away. So that is kind of hanging over everybody. It has been a couple of weeks since the initial incident that brought you all together as a group. You all played different roles in that, but as a refresher for you and also for me, a couple of weeks ago, while on a field trip for your respective art classes and electives to the Luminos City Museum of Fine Arts. While you were there on your trip, a group of young villains made an attempt to rob the museum using their powers. One of you may or may not have initially been part of that group. How you all deal with that is up to you. The other 4 of you intervened. The 5th swapped sides in the chaos. The villains were stopped, but not without some serious collateral damage to the museum, and also one very irate mayor who doesn't care, really, that you saved his life, and has since doubled down on his policies that make things relatively difficult for young people with powers. And as much as Mayor Silver, Elaine's father, has tried to keep that incident under wraps. Obviously, for a couple of weeks, the museum has been closed for repairs, and rumors are starting to spread. Now you're all back at school. So in those couple of weeks since then, have you all been in contact with each other?
I feel like we probably would have met up a couple times on the roof of school.
Yeah.
Since then.
Yeah. I feel like we use like an app to keep anonymous to contact each other.
Okay, so you've met up a couple of times. Some of you actually, your secret identities, your alter egos, know each other, I think. But you meet up in costume. What, you get up to a lot of shenanigans? We're just hanging out.
We try. We're like we perched up on the city blocks, like looking for crime, and maybe one or two.
If I have any competition, right? Like if there's anyone trying to like needle in on my turf, I will rat them out to the group as if I'm coming with like, you know, a crime to be stopped, right?
Dig it.
That is wonderful. So we did, real quick before we move on, hit our first retweet goal of 20 retweets. So let's see.
Roll a d5.
I want to do this randomly. What is the roll command? Somebody tell me.
/die and then space 1d whatever.
All right, 1d5. So I'm going around clockwise. 1 is Mecha going around. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick back.
All right.
You have a +1 forward to hang on to. So on the next roll that you make, you can add +1 to it.
Nice.
Thanks, everybody, for all the retweets, and keep doing it, and we'll hand out more fun stuff. All right. So you've hung out a little bit the past couple of weeks, getting up to shenanigans, probably doing a little bit of very minor crime fighting that you definitely aren't supposed to be doing, but you're doing it anyway, because screw the rules. So
I definitely told them that the entire lacrosse team was actually a group of evil undercover villains, and they're not. They're just jerks.
That's amazing. So yeah, you all can sort of, over those couple of weeks, as that stuff comes out, decide how you feel about each other. I think mostly how the rest of you feel about Kickback. at this point. But you all have a relatively uneventful first day back. Same old, same old. Towards the end of the day, you are all sitting in your respective classrooms, whatever that last class of the day is for you, when the intercom in the school clicks on, and an unusual afternoon announcement rings out through the hallways. You hear the voice of your principal, Mr. Clark Vega, saying, "Students, welcome back. I trust you all had a fantastic spring break. We're glad to have you all gracing our halls once again. I have an important announcement for you this afternoon, so listen up. Our own Mayor Silver has brought a concern to my attention. Apparently, there's been an uptick in super activity over the last few weeks here in Luminos City. Now, I'm sure you all know by now that an incident occurred recently at the Luminos City Museum of Fine Arts, and I want to be clear. The rules and regulations surrounding the use of any super abilities are extremely important to the safety of all Luminos High students. It's no secret that some of you have these abilities. The mayor would like me to remind you that any display of super activities by those who are underage and who have been not expressly admitted into Sentry is grounds for severe punishment. But I have great confidence that the students of Luminos High will support this stance and keep themselves and others safe in the process. Have a great afternoon. Welcome back, and go Suns!" And the intercom clicks off. And then in your classrooms, a couple of things happen. I'm going to get a couple of minor scenes from some of you. Elaine, as you prepare to leave, and for fun and drama, I'm going to say that Lathan is in this class with you. Whether or not you care about what happens is up to you. So Elaine, as you, everyone sort of starts packing up and gets ready to leave for the day, you see a few of your classmates sort of talking amongst themselves quietly and looking over at you. And then after a moment or two, one of them, who you recognize as senior, her name is Cassidy. She is in student government with you, on the prom committee with you. All of that stuff. She approaches you, this kind of smirk on her face, and crosses her arms and says, "So, Elaine, are you going to make it to the next committee meeting, or is Daddy going to lock you inside away from all the mean heroes?"
I will be at the next meeting, and I will be running it as usual. So expect me there, I guess.
Great. You know, we just like to check in on you from time to time.
Yeah, well, you know, my dad, he cares a lot about me.
Yeah, we know. Well, see you later.
Yeah, bye.
How do you usually handle situations like this?
Generally, putting on a smiling, happy face that is dripping with just fake positivity and sarcasm.
Yeah, you can pack up your things and get ready to go. Lathan, you see this happening. I'm sure you've witnessed this before. Do you say anything? Lathan?
I'm sorry, I forgot that my name was Lathan. Yes, I'm sorry. Lathan is like in the back, and he's just kind of leaning back, and he sees this all happen, and like he tries not to care, but he doesn't like when people look down on others. So as they're kind of walking past, he's like, "Hey, nice dress. Last year." And he just kind of gets up and walks past the group of girls and walks towards, I want to say a Stardust, but it's not Stardust. I'm sorry. What is your real name?
Elaine.
Elaine walks towards Elaine, and she's like, "Look, you do more than everyone else here. They don't even care. Don't listen."
Thanks, I guess. I'm sorry, have we spoken to each other before?
No, like, I'm Lathan. I'm always here. I've been here the whole time. I don't really talk to anyone.
Oh, thanks for that. I actually really appreciate it.
Sure. You want to smoke?
No.
Okay. Anyways, see ya.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye. And he just kind of walks off.
All right then.
Amazing. All right.
Lathan also is
while,
he played that off, but he's been texting furiously back and forth with his assistant ever since the announcement happened. He's like, they know, like the principal said there are superheroes here, and they know it's me. They know. And his sister's like, no, you idiot. They don't know. Just relax.
That's great. Okay. Da-da-da. So, as that is happening, in another couple of classrooms, sort of after this announcement has gone out, Nat and Sabrina, Freefall and Corvid, you two hang out sometimes. Is this only ever in superhero garb, or do you know each other?
It's
We
not
know
in
each other.
superhero garb.
Yeah.
You guys know each other. Okay.
Yeah, because we're neighbors, so we like ride to school together and hang out outside of
Okay.
other stuff.
So yeah, you, Nat, you sort of gather your stuff up and leave your final class for the day. Coming out into the hallway, and I think as usual, coming out from the classroom across the hall, you see Sabrina leaving her history class. And so you two sort of fall into steps. I assume if you ride to school together, you ride home from school together.
Mhm.
What do you guys usually talk about?
I imagine it's a lot of Sabrina talking and Nat just listening.
Yes. We just left my history class. Is that what we said?
Yeah, I think that's the last one you put on your schedule. So.
She's probably just going to talk about how, like, the teacher, she always wears, like, this really frumpy sweater, and I think if she wears a tighter sweater that she'll look better, but she just doesn't listen to me, and she said it's inappropriate that I talk to her about her body, and I don't know.
She's teaching history at a high school. I don't think she really cares about how she looks.
I don't get that. I absolutely don't get that.
I don't know. Maybe leave a note next time.
Maybe an anonymous note. I could do a doodle. I could draw her. That'd be fun.
Sure. At least it'll keep you from your grades tanking because you keep harassing her about it.
She wouldn't do that. Would she do that? Do people do that?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have said those things to the AP teacher.
As you're having this conversation, Sabrina, your phone rings. And you get a phone call from Sarah. So you have been working on a project for a little while at home. A communication project of some sort. Are you doing this on your own, or do you have help with this?
No, I'm sure that my parents are helping me a lot with it.
Okay. So what are you... Is this something you are building, or how do you imagine this working?
I imagine it's something that we... it's more of a theoretical piece at this point because we don't have like the other end. We don't actually know where it would be sending this message to. So it's kind of like I picture it as like one of those old TVs with like the big backs on them, and there's a bunch of wires and stuff coming out of it. And we've just kind of been tinkering it, and I think at this point it could work if we knew where to send the signal. Okay,
so you've been working on that. So I think every so often, if you are out and there is an update, your mom will
Mhm.
call you and let you know. So I think you just received this brief phone call from her that there has been an update and a little bit of a breakthrough for you, and they may have finally found something on the other side.
Wait, really?
So they're gonna work. Yeah, really. So we're gonna work on that this afternoon. Don't rush home about it or anything, but I wanted you to know.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I'll tell Nat to drive responsibly and won't drive over the speed limit. Okay.
Okay, Sabrina. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
What was that about?
A project I'm working on with my mom. We might almost be done with it. So, yeah, you can drive as fast as you want. I don't care.
Cool. I gotta stop by the lockers quick to grab my bags, but yeah, let's get going.
Okay.
All right, so you all start to head out. Jack, as you prepare to leave your literature class that you're currently taking, as most everyone sort of files out of the room, your teacher stops you and asks if she can have a word. You know this teacher very well. You've had her for several classes. And at school, you know her as Miss Evelyn Burns. But you also know her outside of school as she is, with a fact that is known to almost no one, a member of Sentry and a professional hero, and your mentor, Spitfire. So you're in a lot of her classes. So she stops you and asks if you have a moment, and says, "Can I have a word?"
Yes. What is it, miss?
Jack, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just, just trying to get through school, like most normal children my age.
Right. Jack, we haven't talked about this, and I'm hesitant to even ask because I'm terrified of the answer, but rumors are getting around, so I have to. Were you involved with this business at the museum?
What? Yes. We had to. They were trying to rob the museum, and we had to save. Well, I had to. No, it was just me.
It was just you.
Yes, of course, just me.
Yeah. Positive? Because I heard you say "we" several times there.
No, I was talking in the third person. Is there like a language barrier between? Yeah, just had a long day.
You know I'm an English teacher, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to pry. I need you to be careful, because if you keep going off on your own, I am not going to be able to keep you out of trouble.
I promise.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
That being said, you're going to find out about this anyway, so I'm going to tell you now. What you do with this information is completely up to you. You are a human who can make your own decisions, good or bad. You're going to start hearing about them on the news. There have been a few incidents in the last few days that the mayor is trying to keep under wraps, but he's not doing a great job.
Well, he normally
most
does
of them,
that, doesn't he? He kind of just like is a bit of a, to be, less crass. He's a bit of a prick. He's trying to, keep us down and like just trying to stop us from doing stuff. It's just, not nice.
Well, don't let him hear you say that.
Really respectfully. I wouldn't say in front of him. You know. Yeah.
Right. Try your best. Anyway, there have been a few minor incidents around. Apparently, there is some young villain, I guess he's calling himself. He's called Phantom, and he has been causing a lot of mischief around town lately. Vandalism and that sort of thing for the most part, but in the last couple of days, he's upgraded to robbery. Now, Jack, I know that you are going to hear about this, and you know that I absolutely cannot condone you doing anything about this. I definitely can't tell you to go after him. I definitely can't tell you to do it with help from whatever friends of yours you might have. And
It's just me. As I
I
said
definitely,
before,
definitely cannot encourage this as a good learning opportunity for you. Do you understand?
Yes. I think so.
Please be careful.
Don't worry. I always am. I think.
And if you're going to go out and do these things, I want to know about it.
Well, I'll be sure to call you if anything goes wrong. If I happen to go after them, which I probably won't, because I don't normally do things like that, because, I'm a good person. Yeah.
Of course, Jack. All right. I have kept you long enough. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, miss. And
She lets you go.
I leave the room, kind of like looking left and right. I just turn up some music on my headphones. Not the cat ear ones, because that would be way too obvious. And I just kind of get on my bike and start cycling home.
Okay. Do you do anything with this information?
I note it down on my phone and kind of start looking out a bit, trying to see if I can, as I'm cycling home, if I can see anything going on. Just in the streets.
Okay. Yeah, in your immediate vicinity, you don't necessarily see anything, but you're just one person. Yeah, you can definitely keep an eye out. So what do you all do after school?
I probably go home at first, do a bit of my homework, probably half of it, leave some of it late till later, then start and then I would go on the TV and watch out for bank robberies and shit like that, stuff like that.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would go check on my sister, and then I would change into a hoodie. So, because I need to go steal the lamination machine from a Walgreens in order to finish making my fake IDs.
Uh-huh. Okay. We'll get to that in a second.
Elaine has speech and debate on some days, student government on other days, and then her days that she does not have clubs and activities to do. She picks up her brother from school, does schoolwork, and then might spend her evening at a gym practicing gymnastics and sorts of parkour type things. And then she's not one to seek out people who need saving necessarily, but if she sees someone in need, she will help. And if her new kind of makeshift team calls on her, she'll go right away to wherever they say they'll need to meet up. But her days are pretty full.
Yeah. It sounds like it. All right. Corvid, you're going home, I assume.
Yes.
To work on your projects.
Yes.
Free fall, Nat. You still softball practice?
Yeah, it's softball. The softball season, that's going to be difficult to say, is in full swing right now if we're like right after spring break. So probably no practice today because it's like the day after the break ended. But she'll probably drop Sabrina off and then, I don't know, maybe pitch into a net in her backyard or something for a couple hours. But that's probably about all that she had planned for today.
Okay. So we've got homework, robbery, practice, science projects. Love it. Yeah, Corvid, I think when you get home, your parents are sort of in the middle of tinkering with this machine a little bit more, trying to get everything together. But they are confident that once these last little bits are put into place, however that happens, science escapes me, that they have a good chance of actually being able to send out a signal that's going to hit something.
Yeah, when she walks in the door, she's just like, "Hi, Sarah. Hi, Jake." Plops all of her stuff down, sits down and gets to work.
All right, you work on your project for a bit. Is Sabrina pretty science-minded, mechanically minded?
Yeah.
Or is she just doing her best?
Her dad was very into science back home, and so she has a couple things that she had brought with her, and working with Sarah and Jake, she is able to kind of rework like things from this planet and things from her planet to make better things. So she's really into that. I don't know if she's more into that than she is like astronomy, but she's probably better than most.
Very cool. All right, so you get to work finishing that up. Kickback. I want to hear about this crime that you're doing.
Well, okay, so at Walgreens they make IDs and they like put people up against, wall, and they take photos and all that. And he's seen them take the photos, and when they take those photos, they put them into a little machine, and that machine with a little piece of card spits out an ID. And no matter how hard I try with like wax and an ironing board and a couple layers of towels, like I keep messing up the photos. So my thought is I go right before they close, right? And I go to pick up my photos, and then I just grab the thing and run out.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Are you using your powers at all, or you're just going to take the machine and run away?
I'm just going to take the machine and run away. That's the plan.
Okay.
That's it. That's the plan. That's the whole plan.
Can I make you roll for crime is really the question.
Yeah. Oh, like as far as the game goes, I don't know.
Is there roll for stealing? I'm going to have you...
Threat?
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to have you roll, first roll of the game. I'm going to have you roll to directly engage a threat, which is going to be, so you're going to roll 2d6 and then add your danger, and then you have a +1 to that as well from our chat.
It's okay, and I'm adding my danger, which is 0. Okay, so I roll this and add 1, basically?
Yes, so you roll 2d6 and add the +1.
All right, that is 8 then.
Okay, so that is, in our system, a partial success, which under directly engage a threat, there is a list of things that happen. So when you roll a 7 to 9, you can pick one thing from that list. There are a few. I would make the suggestion, take something from them.
Yes.
Because that seems...
I'll take the machine. Yeah,
like what you're trying to do.
Or maybe I get the machine, but like there's no cards in it or something. I don't know.
So I think you probably take this machine, but you don't 100% know how to use it. So there might be some trial and error moving forward. But you casually walk into this Walgreens right before closing, hood up, I assume, in there to take your photos. And as soon as the poor photo clerk goes to turn around to hunt for the envelope, you quickly reach over, unplug them, take, I don't know how big this machine would be. It's not small.
No, it's not small.
But probably like this.
Yeah.
Take it and
Like a printer, basically.
sprint out of the store.
Yeah.
You're not sure you know how to use it, but you have it
Awesome.
now.
My master
Super.
plan is successful. And I just
Great.
run home.
And you run all the way home, and I feel great about that. Some of you are at practice. I won't make you roll for practicing things. That's what practice is for. Some of you are doing homework. When you, Jack, you've taken a break from your homework and are kind of looking out the window over the city. When your phone goes off with an emergency alert tone, the rest of you, this happens too, as well. All of your phones go off. There is an emergency alert from the Luminos City Police Department, letting the citizens of your wonderful city that it is imperative that all citizens avoid the block downtown where the Luminos City Bank is located. There is a police blockade, and no one should go there.
All right.
But
I'm
it's
gonna
not
start
to
using
do with
it.
the laminator, right? There's nothing about a laminator, just the back. Okay, good.
There's nothing
relaxed.
specifically about a laminator that was stolen.
All right.
I'm gonna start putting on my costume.
Okay.
Elaine, I guess, messages the team Discord chat that they probably have and is like, hey, we're going to the bank, right?
Yeah, I'm getting my costume on. I mean, my normal clothes. My costume on now. Meet you guys
Okay,
there?
just double checking, because I
Yeah,
wouldn't
just
want to
have
go there
ditch
alone.
This laminator. I'll be right there. Like shoves it in an alley behind a trash can, just because. Changes everyone's outfit.
Elaine has her suit on underneath all of her layers of clothing already, so she ducks into an alley on her way home and quickly changes and stuffs her stuff into her backpack, pulls on her mask, and is completely in costume.
Do you also have the backpack on your back?
I think she stashes it on a rooftop somewhere.
Sabrina is
Okay.
just gonna stand up from the table and just say, I just remembered I totally was supposed to hang out with Nat this afternoon, so I'm just gonna go. We'll work on this when I get back though, right? Cool? Yeah? Cool? And she's like backing out the door.
Okay, have fun.
Bye! And then she like runs down the street towards Nat's house, cuts through a backyard, and then gets behind a tree, and then just a bright green light behind that tree, and then she just flies off.
My
Okay.
sister gave me this battery, right? That'll like hack those little like lift scooters you see all over town. So that's how I get around. Like I just slap this onto one of those scooters.
Awesome.
Nat just goes back inside from her practice and just like yells to her dad from the front room as she heads up the stairs and be like, I'm gonna be doing some studying for the rest of the night. I'll let you know if I need anything, and like runs upstairs, locks the door, closes it, quickly like changes into her costume, and then a flash of purple as she powers on, and she just goes out through the window of her room, and like kicks off of the roof of their house as she negates gravity around her and just goes kind of zooming off in the direction of the city.
Okay.
Actually, just before I costume up and all that, I'm just going to check if my sister is home. just so I can just know if I should be cautious or not.
Right now, probably not.
Okay, good. I'll just get changed and then go.
Okay. So you all take off. Free fall, are you rolling to charge up your powers?
Yeah, I guess if this is the beginning of the scene, then I would need to. When you charge
Call
your
it the
powers, roll
transition
both
between.
conditions. Yeah. So she is activating her burn,
Okay.
which I don't have any conditions right now, so this is just 2d6.
Let's have it.
Hey, not too bad. So that's 9. Which
Okay.
means I mark a condition and get 3 burn.
Is
Okay.
that the DM's choice or is it your choice?
It'll be his choice.
Okay. Cool.
What do you think is
Gonna
thematically
go-
appropriate?
I think the closest one, and probably the one I'm going to default to the most, is angry. Because
Yeah.
I just think that's where she gets like in her mindset of like, all right, like getting pumped up, like I'm about to go kick some ass. So she just like, pops in a earbud and starts listening to some, I don't know, hip hop or something.
Okay. So you charge up your powers using your gravity manipulation to kick off the roof as there's this like purple sheen that kind of forms around you. The rest of you throwing on your costumes and heading the exact direction that the city does not want you to. Excuse me. So you all, with your various forms of transportation, flying, falling, stealing bikes, manipulating gravity,
Walking.
head off.
I mean, I'm not going to say my bike there. I don't want to get to hurt.
Walking.
Jumping rooftops.
All right, so you head into downtown Luminos City. There is, once you sort of reach this downtown, it is this mostly flat, warm, kind of southern Florida city. There are lots of sort of in the center, like the city center, lots of tall silver skyscrapers. It's very clean. It's all very shiny. And it's great. You love it. Or don't you? I don't know. You can tell me. But you sort of make your way down to the city block where the Luminos City Bank to be, and you can see most of you, I think a couple of you at least, up on the rooftops nearby, can look down and see that the sort of surrounding block where the bank is has been completely blocked off. There are police cars sort of blocking the streets, sending pedestrians around, and sort of in the center of the block is this large stone, like white stone building, columns in the front, very fancy, with a large sign on it that says Luminos City Bank. And then just below that, on a big flat section of the stone, you can see this huge piece of graffiti that has been like painted across the stone that was not there before. And it is sort of the image of a bust of a person in a hood, and then across it in these large like purple letters it just says Phantom.
Oh man, the police are the Phantom. Man, I never saw that coming.
I mean, I'm assuming I would get there like maybe last. Maybe.
Probably.
Not long after me, though. Those scooters don't go fast.
The other three of you wait a while.
Does this have anything to do with that show? The one where the guy's part ghost?
Are you talking about Danny Phantom?
Yeah, it was a cartoon.
All right.
I don't think this has anything to do with that.
I don't.
There were a lot of
think
musicals
so.
in that. I didn't pay attention.
No, but that's
I
good
never
too.
saw that movie, so I wouldn't know. Anyways, hello everybody. So I've
Hey,
got word
Copycat.
recently. Hello, Corvid. I've got word recently that there's this there's a guy like maybe our age, something like that, who is called Phantom, as they've clearly put across this wall. They've started doing like vandalism and mild robbery. I think they've moved on to major robbery.
Wait, you already knew about this guy and you didn't tell us?
Well, I just learned literally this afternoon. I was gonna
That's
say,
still
but, like,
a few hours before you told us about this.
I was busy. Hey, look,
Okay.
Copycat has a schedule, okay? A very, very important schedule that I need to keep my eyes on, okay?
More
We're supposed to talk
important
about
than
ourselves in the
a
third
super
person. Is that what
villain?
we do? Okay, well,
It's not a
Kickback
super
doesn't
villain.
agree with that. Kickback thinks that's wrong. That's what we do, right?
Stardust thinks you're both being
Yeah.
dumb.
Kickback is
Copycat
listening to your concerns.
realizes he's made a mistake, but he just goes on with the braces confidence.
Shouldn't we be dealing with what's going down there?
That
Kickback
sounds like a
agrees.
good idea.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
Okay, I don't think we need to keep referring to ourselves in the third person.
Oh, okay. All right.
can
I
I-
agree. As
Savvy.
Kickback.
Can I just like sense? Oh, can I like hear anything from the inside? Like not like words, but just like thinking thoughts. Can I hear any thoughts inside the building?
You can certainly try. I'll have you roll to. Oh yeah, extend your senses. Roll to unleash your powers.
Okay.
Since one of your powers is
Telepathy.
telepathy.
8.
Okay. On how you do it. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, and I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Right.
So you will mark a condition. We
I
can
think
about
I'll probably
which
roll
one.
not guilty because I didn't tell
Yeah.
these guys.
That makes sense. So yeah, you Copycat sort of stops for a moment and focuses in, and it's a little far for your telepathy to go, so you really have to push it to the point where you can start to feel like the headache behind your eyes a little bit. You can hear from the front of the bank, which is probably about as far as you can push it, some muffled thoughts. You don't really get anything specific, but I think you can sort of read feelings from this distance a little bit. Mostly what you're getting from the several people that you can get to is this mix of fear and just plain confusion.
All right, everybody. There are definitely hostages inside that building.
Oh, great.
And we need probably
Talk
should
to
be.
the building?
I can hear their feelings inside the building,
Oh, okay.
and I can't. Like fear and confusion is all I'm getting. So I don't know how many people there are, but we probably should be careful because if we just burst right in there, who knows what this villain could do.
What
Are
if
we sure that we're qualified for this job?
Well, you don't see anybody else trying, do you?
I guess.
I mean, I
Well,
see
there's
the
lots of
police, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I don't know if that's a supervillain in there. Like
We're also
like,
not sure if the police aren't
Well,
the villain.
Apart from the fact there's the word phantom across with the massive graffiti of a dude in a hood, I think there might be a villain in there. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not sure the police can exactly handle someone with powers.
What if we go in through the
Okay.
I
roof?
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should
sneak
blow
in.
up the
I mean,
roof.
we're already here.
Or
Right, how do
sneak
we
Yeah.
get to the roof?
I can
I
get
can
us
fly
there.
you up.
That too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that works.
She puts her arms out for a hug from whomever.
All right. Like, okay. Hugs? What are we doing?
She grabs him and he feels like the feathers on her costume like against him, and she's gonna. Anyone else? Sorry, anyone else?
I kind of go forwards and like grab on.
All right,
Um,
just don't wiggle.
I'll try my best.
Okay.
And I slowly fly them up.
I just look to Stardust and like, do you want the piggyback or do you just want to?
I think I can get over there on my
Alright.
own.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for
And
the offer.
Free fall just reverses gravity around her and starts flying up since everybody else wanted to get a ride.
That's intelligent.
Stardust goes ahead and starts hardcore parkour over the roof buildings until she can kind of super jump because of her increased mobility and supernatural mobility. So she gets herself over to the roof with relative ease.
Okay. All right, so we see sort of zoomed back a little bit from the bank across the street, free fall, take off sort of into the sky, Stardust sort of running across the roof and taking this leap to make it across the block, and Kickback and Copycat holding tightly to Corvid as she flies the two of you up onto the roof of the bank. What is the plan?
Get the money. I mean,
No.
help the people. Help the people.
Is there a way for can we is there like a window on the roof like a lot of banks have that we can look into and see what's going on?
Yeah, sure. I'll say on sort of the front section there is this large, almost like a skylight, like looking down into the lobby of the bank. So it is very tall. It's a very sort of high, like 30-foot ceilings or so, probably.
I'm going to quickly grab my phone and just take a picture and like zoom in and just see if I can see any more details than my human eyes.
Okay.
Kickback thinks you're doing an Instagram and like leans in with like a peace sign.
Also, he will absolutely take a selfie on top of the roof and be like, just put that into his private collection.
Excellent.
Are the rest of us in the
Disaster
background
already.
just like not seeing that he's taking a selfie? Just awkward, candid superhero photo.
This is already a disaster, and I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, so you, a couple of you kind of look down into the skylight to try to see what is going on very far below you in the lobby. Copycat, you take a picture on your phone. I'm going to have you roll to assess the situation.
Okay. That is
So you can roll plus your superior, yeah.
Plus 2. Oh, 7.
Okay, so on the assess the situation move, there's a list of questions. With a 7, you can ask one of them.
I'll open that up now, I guess. Basically.
So for examples for the chat there, like what is the biggest threat? Who is most vulnerable here? Things like that. And I'll say if there is something similar to that or specific information that you want that's not on the list, we can tweak those questions for your purposes. For you guys.
I think what here is the biggest threat? It would be the
Okay.
best.
Yeah, what here is the biggest threat? So you take this picture and you're zooming in, kind of looking on your phone, and you see off to one side, kind of behind one of the teller counters, you see a figure dressed in similar dark purple colors to the graffiti that was on the front of the building, hood pulled up, and he is standing back there doing something. It's hard to tell, but around this figure there is just this soft, like sort of dark purple aura, and then next to them on either side are these kind of outlines that look almost like duplicates of them.
I get the other's attention. Who's like, okay, I think I see the villain. It looks like he maybe has like, I don't know, clones of himself. but they're not like exactly formed. They look like energy clones or something.
Ghosts.
Yeah, like ghosts, like
Phantoms.
phantoms.
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing.
Phantom. Yeah, I didn't even make that connection, but yeah, the Phantom. Yeah.
My goodness. Wow, these villains have really come up with some creative names, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the plan?
Just smash in and get them.
I
No,
always recommend
I
it.
really think
want-
we should. I'm sorry. I just think we should make sure that the people are safe first, like the hostages.
We don't want to
Yeah.
smash in case he like has like like phantoms next to these people like ready to hurt them or something.
Plus, we don't
Right.
know why he's haunting the bank. And without that information, it's going to be really hard to get rid of him.
I like
think
the thought
he's
path you have
trying-
on, but you might be
He could-
thinking,
I think he's trying to rob it. Just a guess. Putting it out
Yeah.
there.
Probably.
Is there any on the roof? Is there any ladders down, or like any like roof hatches?
Is there roof access? Yeah.
There is roof access towards the back of the roof. Also on the sides of the building, there are like metal fire escapes.
Well, it looks like for now he's not robbing the bank, so we probably should hurry up before he actually does.
Okay. All right. Some of us should go to the vault. Some of us should go to the people, but we should all be very sneaky. So, I guess those of us with lights kind of tone them down if we can.
All right.
My Mac is just a shining ball of light right now. I'm just staring at you, like no clue
Right.
what you're talking. Oh wait, right.
Turn my
Okay.
ears off.
I flick a couple of switches. It changes color. It shows a heart. It says "stay away" in like words that are scrolling. Like, wait, hang on. Okay, it's off. It's off.
Okay.
Yeah, not really an option for me. So I can just
could
you
be
know
like-
be distraction.
You could be like
Maybe.
watchtower. You could like like maybe stay up here and like if we can open a window, you can use your powers and try and get them from up here. If that's viable.
Sure. I mean that's fine too. Or just putting it out there. I smash in distraction while you get everyone else.
But we don't really
Yeah.
want to cause property damage. I mean, the city already has a bit of an iffy view on us, especially
It's
the
a
It
mayor.
bank,
won't be
they
the
got
first
money.
time. It's not going to be the last. Come
I'm
on,
gonna go to
we
the
have a
vault.
little bit of fun doing this. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go and whoever wants to come with me to find the hostages. Like,
I'll join.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Team Volt?
Team Vault.
I'll
That's
team
what it
hostage.
Okay.
Vault,
Cool.
I guess.
Distraction.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, guys. This is our first supervillain.
I mean,
Yeah.
there were those, teenagers that we had to deal with. All five. Wait, no, four of them, wasn't it? I don't know.
Maybe we should find an adult superhero. I mean, this is kind of. I mean, we haven't done this before.
We can do it. We can totally do it.
How do we
we're
know?
good.
He may
There's
be a
only one of
teenager
him.
too. Yeah.
There's only
can
one
do
of him, and there's five of us. Unless I was miscounting, I'm not too good at math.
Okay. Okay, then let's go. I guess we're gonna go through the roof to find the hostages and to get to the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna try to pop quietly into the bank through the roof access and then split up. I love it. We're only an hour in and everyone is already like, I need an adult. Okay, so we are getting into what may be considered battle against a dangerous foe as a team. So Mecca, you're keeping track of the team pool for this.
Okay.
So at the start of the session, we put one in there just because that's what the rule is. So we're gonna go through that really quick, and I'm gonna zoom in on this because the words are small and I can't read it. So when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, we're going to go through this list and you might get team to spend or lose team based on how you do it. So what you would do is decide first off who is acting as your team leader in this scenario. Who's leading the charge?
Kind of
Corvid.
sounds like either
I think
Corvid or
Corvid.
Copycat, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Corvid? Okay. Corvid, who do you have influence over?
Oh, that's a good question. I have this written down.
Is it
I
everyone?
have influence over Jack and Latham. So
Okay.
Take back and copycat.
Right. So the first little bullet point is if the leader has influence over every other teammate, you get extra team. But you don't. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight?
Save everybody.
Kick back.
You have to be
Yeah.
honest with
Kick back
yourself.
over here.
I have this ability called Criminal Mind, and it allows me to assess the situation and tell me what's most valuable to me, and I don't see why I wouldn't employ that in a bank while there's so much chaos going on. But also save the people. Save the people. No, I'm going to the vault. Save the money for the bank, not for me.
So in theory, everyone has the
Yes.
same goal. Okay, so
So
you can
should I
add.
add?
So yes, you can add one team. Then,
Okay, there's 2 teams of that.
does any team member mistrust the leader or the team?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Still, not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
And the last one is if your team is ill prepared or off balance, but I think you're pretty prepared. So we've got those, and then since we are entering battle, you'll add 2 more. So you should have, I think, 4 team in the pool. So for this next bit, while you're in this dangerous situation, you have those. Becca's going to keep track of how many you have. So essentially, you can spend team to help each other. So you could take one out of the pool. You could give one of your teammates a +1 to the roll. Whoever is designated the leader of the team can choose to mark a condition, so you don't have to take team out of the pool. Does that make sense? So those are basically the 2 ways you can help each other. You can give each other a +1 to your roll. You can also spend them selfishly, and that has different effects, such as shifting labels and things like that. But so you have 4 of these resources that you can spend to either help yourself or help your friends, as long as you can tell me how you're helping them. Okay. Plan in place. Corvid leading the way. You all head to the roof access of the bank. It's locked.
Foil.
Well,
It's a bank.
Hey, Nat. Sorry, wrong name. Freefall.
How did you know that?
You said you can like break things, right? Do you think you can like control that and maybe just slightly break open this door?
Yeah, I'm sure I can.
Make sure like it's not too noisy though, because
Yeah. I guess we'll try to use my powers to essentially increase like the gravitational like pull, or maybe like the density of the lock to so like crushes on itself. And
Sure.
we can open it, maybe.
You can certainly try.
Is it like a padlock, or is it like a? I was imagining a padlock.
Yeah. Let's say it's got a padlock on it.
Okay.
Try to smash it. Yeah, I will have you roll, unless you have a Nova move, have you roll to unleash your powers to break the door just a little.
Yeah, I don't think any of mine really. If I was trying to break the roof, maybe, but just the lock, I don't think I need to use any of those.
Okay,
So
yeah,
unleash my
roll to,
powers.
unleash your powers. That's plus freak.
Is a +3.
Oh, nice.
So that's a 12.
Okay, so that's a full success. Congratulations. So yes, you unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle on a hit. You do it. What does it look like?
Yeah, so if it's, like I said, if it's a padlock, essentially you just like watch it slowly just sort of crush in on itself until it just like the lock and the mechanism, it just folds and kind of all crumbles in. So just a small little piece of very dense metal, I guess, just falls to the ground.
Neat, like a marble.
wow.
Yeah.
I'll take that marble.
Hey, what's up, man?
You take it? Okay.
Yeah,
Person.
cool marble.
Trophy.
Yeah.
Great. You have a super-
Good. Anything else?
I'm gonna try the door, see if it opens.
It does, with the lock removed and now in Kickback's pocket. You can push the door open and it leads you into a stairwell, which starts to head down into the back of the bank. So,
All right.
I'll head down, moving as quietly as possible. Excuse me, something stuck in my throat.
I have supernatural senses as one of my powers. Can I try and sense where the hostages are?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have you roll to unleash your powers.
Okay.
See, now
Let's
we're getting
see.
in it. So that one is plus freak. So you roll 2d6 and then add your freak
Oof.
stat.
That is, for me, leave a minus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So let's see how this goes. All right. Whoops. I don't know how to minus one. Sorry. Let me get that.
You
out
could
of
just
the
roll
way.
2d6 and
Mhm.
So the command is /die 2d6 minus 1.
Okay. All right. That's a 3 minus 1.
Oof.
So that's a 2 total. So that's a full-on failure. So make
Mark
sure you
experience.
mark your
potential.
potential. Yeah, you get one of those, is you get potential every time you fail. Ooh, boy.
Oh no.
So when you, what is it usually like, do you think, when Stardust uses these powers? Is there anything visible that happens, or is this mostly like an internal thing for her?
I think it's an internal sense where she can it's supernatural senses, so I think she can increase her range of hearing, smell, senses, general feeling for where people are, where things are.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of focus in and activate this power that you have, trying to extend out, particularly your hearing and your sort of ability to sense where people are, where things are coming from. But there is this, I don't know if for her maybe it is like nerves, if it's anxiety, or if it is adrenaline or something like that. But in that moment, you push way too hard. And there is just this like flash of light in front of your eyes, and this just like splitting pain in your head for a moment as you sort of push your sense of hearing out over the museum, and all at once you start to hear all kinds of sounds incredibly loudly in your ears. You hear feet shuffling on the floor and people talking, people whispering, and it is just way, way too much. I'm gonna have you mark a condition.
Okay. Ow.
Stardust, are you all right?
Yeah. It's probably fine. I was just trying to see if I could see where the hostages were, and I can't. There's a lot happening here.
I'm gonna give you the choice between marking afraid or insecure.
Insecure.
In that condition now.
I think that's what that would do.
Okay, so moving forward, you have that. So yeah, major sensory overload does not feel good, and you are none the wiser. You know there are people in here, for sure, but it's hard to say. So you continue sort of moving down this stairwell, eventually reaching the bottom. Everybody kind of trying to move as quietly on the metal stairs as they can. And eventually you reach a door that opens up out into a hallway. It is definitely not as nice or as well lit or anything as the sort of front of the bank was. So you get the impression that you're kind of in the back where patrons of the bank would usually not be. So this long hallway, and kind of getting your bearings, you can kind of tell that if you go one direction, it's going to kind of take you all the way to the back of the building. The other direction sort of will head out to the front where all of the teller windows and everything are.
Can we guess that the vault is in the back?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go to the vault. You guys go up front. Play it safe. Make sure nobody gets hurt. If we don't find anyone back there, then we're going to come out and help you guys, okay?
Okay. Yeah,
Right,
sounds great.
Yeah. Sneak mode activated.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
You got it, guys. You got this.
Oh yes, your words fill me with confidence.
Team hostages. Let's start with who's on team hostage. Let's start with you. Okay, just the two of you. Okay. So Stardust and Copycat, you go sort of creeping along this sort of dimly lit hallway toward the front of the bank. At the end of the hall, there is a door with sort of a narrow window on one side, so you can kind of peek through and see. You can see sort of out into the lobby. Mostly what you're seeing right now is sort of the back of the desks with the teller windows, and then past that, the lobby that you saw through the skylight before. You can see on one side several people kind of with their sitting, like with their backs up against the wall. They're not tied up or looking injured or anything like that, but they are sort of sitting all together, probably 6 of them. And then from behind the desks, you can hear someone out there kind of shuffling around, like going through things.
Do we see any of the phantom people? Like any of the weird outlines?
From this angle, it's hard to see. After a moment, there is somebody, it looks like, kind of going across the teller desks, kind of opening drawers and looking through things. And so when they come into your vision, you can see a person, like a solid person, standing there, sort of hood up, shuffling through drawers.
Right.
And are there any, from what we know, like if we've been to this bank before, are there any exits other than the front entrance, or is it just that front entrance?
Other than the front entrance, I think on the sides, sort of near the teller windows, there are probably smaller, like, emergency exit doors. Fire safety is important.
Okay. Hey, Copycat, how do you want to do this?
I think what we should do is get a better view, and if I can see one of the phantom people, I'm going to send out my own phantom people and try and blend in if I can.
Oh, okay.
And I
all right,
don't know.
so
I just don't want to like be seen, you know.
yeah, because if you can send out your own phantom people, that'd be a perfect distraction for us to get to the hostages.
Yeah.
So let's start with that, and then as soon as I see that they're distracted, I can try and agilely make my way to the hostages and see if I can get them to the closest exit.
Okay, I'm gonna try and sneak and try and get a better view to one of the phantom people.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen them
so
already, so am I able to just like know that I've seen them already, and I see the guy in front of me? So
Yeah, I guess you've seen him. You've seen him twice now. So yeah. So you want to try to copy his powers?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you, Copycat, sort of push open the door very quietly, kind of making your way in behind Phantom, who is not currently paying too much mind to the door behind him, not expecting anyone to come through it. And you're going to attempt to send out some illusions of your own. So I'll have you roll to unleash your powers. It's gonna be the team favorite for the most part.
Okay, that's 12.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, you do. You just do it. So yeah, tell us what it looks like.
So
What
kind of
happens?
at first, like these kind of like energy starts like collecting around my chest area, and like the ears kind of start slowly blinking, just to add effect. And then like this yellow outline kind of appears, and then kind of shifts purple to try and mimic as best as possible what they look like, and start like walking and looking around, and just like, can I see through these phantoms' eyes or no?
From your current perspective, no.
Okay.
It just seems like they are more there to be, mostly, I think, a confusion tactic, but...
I'm gonna have like them slightly like look at the actual guy who's phantom and see if they can catch his attention.
Okay. And you want them to look like as close to him
Yeah,
as they can?
kinda, but not exactly, because just so they can actually get out without me being noticed.
Okay.
Ghost fight.
Yeah, so you
Ghost
you conjure up some ghosts. These three vaguely phantom-looking phantoms, and with your mind kind of send them out towards him slowly and kind of into the room. After a second, sort of the movement catches their eye, and he sort of turns around, very shocked, very confused, kind of scrambling backwards into the
They wave.
desk a little bit, and they wave at him in a moment of shock, because he knows he didn't put those there. He starts looking around kind of quickly for the source of
I'm gonna
where
have them
these are
start
coming
slowly
from.
walking towards him, kind of like creepily, kind of like
Okay.
dauntlessly, like with
Okay.
their arms down, just like barely moving, like zombies, pretty much.
Okay. Trying to decide if there's going to be another roll here. There might be in a minute. So these spooky-looking, vaguely phantom-esque duplicates start kind of gliding their way, creeping their way toward the figure behind the desk. While that is going on, Stardust, you are waiting for an opportunity to get into the lobby, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. All right. So as these phantoms are sort of this is going to get very confusing if I keep calling them phantoms. These duplicates that Copycat you have made start creeping their way toward him. You see very briefly around this figure, again, this like dark purple shimmer, and his whole body sort of almost like blinks a couple of times, and then in front of you he completely disappears.
Oh no.
Is this
Okay.
phantom who did that?
Okay.
And then where are you currently, Copycat? Are you staying in the hallway?
I'm kind of like, I'd assume like I slightly peeked open the door and then sent out my duplicates, so I'd be kind of in the doorway.
Okay. So nearby, after a
see this guy
moment, you see him
disappear?
you see him sort of blink away. And then a second later, you hear from where you are, kind of with the door a little bit open, looking out, trying to hide as best you can. Near you, next to the wall, you hear the thud of 2 footsteps, and you see him reappear right by the door where you're sitting.
As soon as I see him do this, I try and copy his ability to blink away and just like try and just disappear.
Okay. Yeah, you try it quickly. Where are you looking when this happens? looking
Well, as soon as he would have like disappeared, I would have been looking where he was, and then my copies would have definitely looked around confused, and then I would have like tried to look where he was reappearing, just like looking around the room, just not making myself too obvious.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to copy him again. Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Okay.
And Stardust, you, I think, sort of see this happen from your perspective, and you are just waiting to make your way over to the lobby. You can sort of, as all this is going on, start kind of creeping that direction. Let's see, that's a 7. So, you're going to mark a condition.
Afraid, probably.
Afraid?
Actually, no. I'll probably be a bit annoyed and angry that he kind of disappeared, and like he's just like trying to hurt all these people, and I'm not very happy about it. So probably angry.
Okay, that works. Yeah. So you sort of watch him do this and not fully understanding how the power works or trying your best to copy it. You look down and you can see yourself the same way he did, sort of blink a couple of times and then blink totally out of existence. And then you immediately reappear out in the room where you were looking in his line of sight.
Oh, no.
Because he can teleport short distances.
Stardust sees this and just,
I'm just like crouched down. I'm like, what? I am a part of your conscience, here to haunt you. What you're doing is bad, and you should feel concerned about that.
Stardust, if you would like, he's definitely not paying attention to where you are right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start sneaking around to where I see the huddle of people.
Okay, yeah, you start making your way over there, and then I think a couple of them see you coming, and they look shocked and confused and a little concerned.
I like hold up my hands and do like this, and hold a finger to my mouth to try and keep them like quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And do I make it to them?
Yeah, they are not too far away from you. It's
Okay.
really just a matter of getting over there.
And what's
without
the
him
closest
noticing.
door? What's the closest
so the
door?
the closest door to you is going to be if you sort of go out the door in front of you, sort of the one that the tellers would come in and out of. You can go out that door and then immediately to the side out the fire exit.
Okay, and how many people are there?
I think it said 6 total.
Okay. So once I'm there, I'm gonna very quietly be like, "Hey, I'm here to help you. Are you guys okay? Do you want to try and get out of here?"
They sort of look at you and kind of look amongst themselves briefly, and not really having another option. I think the one that is closest to you will sort of nod, kind of looking over your shoulder at what is happening kind of across the floor.
Okay. I'm gonna, crouch down, start kind of leading them, trying to make sure that none of the phantoms are looking our direction, and lead them towards the door.
Okay. Yeah, you start to lead them toward that door, so quietly opening it, kind of ushering them out and towards the fire exit door. There is a sign on the door that does let you know the door is alarmed.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the rear and make sure that they're all by the door. And then I say, okay, on the count of 3, all of you run out that door.
Okay.
And then I count 1, 2, 3.
Okay. You count to 3, push the door open. Copycat, as you are trying to convince Phantom that you are part of his conscience that is manifested in front of him, which is great. All of the suddenness, he is sort of very quickly kind of reading the situation, trying to figure out what is going on. He starts to advance toward you and then jumps and blinks away again almost immediately, appearing on the other side of you as you hear this big metal door being shoved open and this horribly loud blaring fire alarm start to go off. You look to the side where Stardust was with 6 hostages, and none of them are there anymore. But now you have this loud sound and Phantom advancing on you. We'll get back to we'll get back to you guys in a second. So I want to go to Team Vault.
Did you
Team
see we
Payday.
got a Bane?
Vault.
Yes. We have a bane, a complication that is going to come into play. So thank you, Chaos Course, for donating that bane. You're about to get it. Team Vaults. You head down the other hallway toward this door that leads into the back of the bank. It opens up into this fairly large room. There are several almost like cabinets kind of on either side with several lock boxes in them, and then pressed into sort of this back wall there is this large metal vault door.
Is there anyone here?
Not currently that you can see.
They're probably already inside. We should get in there.
I mean, I can bust it open.
Yeah. Right?
Are we sure we
Yeah.
want to do that? Here, you know what? I can do it. Corvin's gonna move forward, and she kind of like pulls up her sleeve, and she has this like strange. You guys have probably seen it before, but it's like a really weird like wrist watch that kind of goes all the way up her arm, like those bones that like project on your arms, except for it's very Star Trek-y. She's going to attempt to use her alien tech to into this building.
Okay. Is there
Can
a
someone
specific
roll
role
for
that
me?
you have for that?
Plus freak. It's called
I got it.
alien tech. It's a move.
Wonderful. All right. Well, you rolled 4 plus whatever your stat is.
Great. Plus
So
one.
we're having some connectivity issues.
Yeah. So let's see. On a miss, the device works, but it has a completely unintended side effect that the GM will reveal to you if you use it.
Okay. So what are you trying to get it to do specifically? You want it to just unlock the door?
Yes, I was picturing a like a keypad lock sort of thing on this,
Sure.
as well as that whole twisty turny thing.
Mm-hmm. The big turny lock.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you jack in, I guess, or you attempt to. Why you make that face?
Sorry.
You hook into this keypad that is on the wall next to the vault, sort of on the edge of the metal door, and you see sort of scrolling through the screen, kind of this series of numbers going through quickly, and faster and faster and faster, and then something starts to feel off. And the device on your arm, in places you can feel it start to almost like heat up a little bit.
Ow.
And
Ow.
sparks start to come off of the keypad, and everyone can sort of see this happening as it is starting to short circuit, and itself kind of heat up a little bit, and the plastic sort of surrounding the buttons starts to warp.
That
Ow.
seems dangerous for a bank.
Shit.
You
That
okay?
hurt. I think so. Ow.
I assume that's not what was supposed to happen.
No, it's broken. Damn it.
Bank must have defenses.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Right.
what it was. Okay.
And then
So
the keypad just
plan
completely
B.
shuts off.
Wait. That might have worked, actually. Try the handle.
Grab the handle.
And she's gonna pull the handle.
You start to pull on it, and it does start to turn. You are going to take a condition from what just happened.
Sure.
Dealer's choice.
Oh, whatever I want.
What do you want to be wrong with you?
Guilty.
Yeah. Okay.
Feeling
So go ahead
guilty.
and
in this
mark
situation.
guilty, but you go ahead and turn this large wheel, and hear a click, and the door starts to open. Who's going in first?
I'll go in first. Well, definitely
Okay.
goes first.
Kickback, as soon as the door opens, starts to kind of slide into the vault. Unfortunately, you are met with probably an interesting sight. The vault is in complete disarray. There are these sort of drawers and lock boxes sort of pulled out and onto the floor, empty onto the floor. There is still several stacks of valuable things, money, etc.
Yeah.
there. And right in the middle of picking up some stacks of cash and putting them into a bag, you see, freezing as they see you, a figure in a purple hood.
Hey!
What do ghosts have to do with money? Huh?
They
That's what it does.
drop the bag on the ground and are kind of frozen for just a second, not sure what to do.
That's right. We're here to stop you, ghost. Leave this bank alone.
No, we're going to arrest you, is what we're going to do.
We can
Kickback.
do that.
I guess. I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
arrest you, ghost. Yeah.
There is a
Okay.
there is a oh man, is this provoke? I think you should roll to provoke someone, because
Shit.
you are trying to make them susceptible to your words. So that
Shit.
is your superior.
Wait, which
Which
one's wrong
one
now?
of
I'm
us?
sorry.
Don't.
I'm
me.
gonna say kickback.
Okay.
You're sort of
All right,
leading
that's
the
good.
charge
I've
here.
got +3 superior, so all right.
Okay, let's have it.
Well, I needed
Somehow.
it, so that's 6 + 3 is 9.
Okay, let's see. On when frogs one susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do, and roll. So you want them to do what? Stop?
You can't take this bring or these people's money. This doesn't belong to you. This all belongs to the bank. You have to put it down now.
Okay, so
Ghost.
you rolled a 9. It's a partial success, so I choose what happens. And I'm going to say... I'm going to say they err, and you gain a critical opportunity. So I think they are not entirely sure what is going on, but you've frightened them a little bit. Let me just give our friend here the afraid condition.
Ooh.
Because villains get him too, fam. And he immediately, after dropping the bag on the floor, you can see his head sort of popping back and forth, looking to see if there is another exit or another way out. And there is not, so he is going to take his chances with you. You see the shimmer kind of form around him, and these two duplicates pop out, and then he charges in your direction, moving incredibly fast. But you have the drop on him a little bit, and he is off balance.
Can
What
I
would you
try
like
to
to do?
blind him?
How so?
Using my solar powers to create bright light. Like I will move in front of the other two, and the cloak kind of billows out, and there's just a shine of bright green light that comes off of her.
Ghost hate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ghost
Roll
hate
to
light.
roll to unleash your powers.
Because
is
someone
plus
rolls to unleash my
freak.
powers, please. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got it.
That's +2. I actually have
Whoop.
+2 to freak.
Well, that'll be an
Stop
8.
Yep.
Listen. It's all out in the open. I can't do anything about it.
Uh-huh.
So you will mark a condition. Tell me what and why.
For me,
Yes.
I will mark afraid, because I wasn't expecting him to just run at us. I thought he would kind of just give up.
Okay.
Because the low level people just give up when we show up, so
Yeah, so startled, at the kind of panic running that he is doing. You step out in front of your two compatriots, or fling your cloak outward, and there is this bright burst of sunlight. And you can see it a little bit as, especially as they get close, these duplicates in the light, you can see the light sort of going through them. It makes them very, very easy to tell which ones are not actually him. But as you do this, he kind of reaches up to shield his face, and because you put him in a vulnerable position, trips over all the junk that I said was on the floor, and kind of goes tumbling, knocking into you, kick back into kind of a heap on the floor.
Okay. Can I redirect him?
You sure? Yep.
Awesome.
This is good.
I was prepared to get hit, because that's all I do really. I was prepared to get hit.
Yeah, so you want to try to redirect his energy? Unleash your powers.
Outstanding. And I'm doing this in what way? Just unleashing my powers with that. What? I'm sorry. Do I add anything to this, or?
Unleash powers will be your freak stat. So you roll 2d6 and then add your freak to that.
So that's just a 7.
Okay.
Still a success.
It is still a success. We're getting some conditions today, fam. Mark a condition.
Okay.
You can tell me which one and why.
Little guilty, I guess, because I'm definitely gonna still try and steal something, and I feel a little bad about it. And I'm still gonna do it.
A little hypocritical.
Little bit,
okay.
yeah.
I
realize that my crime is probably worse than the one we're trying to stop, and so I am feeling a little bad.
We're struggling a little bit with morality already. Okay, so as he is temporarily sort of blinded by this flash of light kickback, you feel him kind of tumble into you, and as soon as he connects, where do you send him?
I'm going to send him straight back in the wall, away from the door, certainly, because that's where he's trying to get to, because vaults only have one door.
Indeed, they do. You send him sort of flying back into the wall. There is this loud sort of impact as he hits it, and you see the duplicates that he has around him sort of shimmer for a second and then kind of fade out. And then you all see what you're seeing for the first time, what Copycat saw earlier, this his form itself sort of blink in and out, almost like he's flickering for a moment. And then he lifts his head up and looks pretty much directly over your shoulder. Freefall, who it seems like was the last one to make it into the vault, and disappears.
I killed the ghost.
I don't think so. I don't think that was it.
And Freefall, right behind you, you hear the thud of 2 footsteps as somebody lands behind you, and then immediately you feel this pain in your back as he punches you several times.
Okay. I think reflexively turns around and then is just going to I guess grab onto him, and then using her gravity manipulation just try to slam him into the ceiling and hold him there.
Okay. That sounds like an unleash your powers.
I actually have a thing.
Or, I guess, directly engage would also work.
I have a thing called Reality Storm, which lets me roll freak when I directly engage.
Yeah, we'll do directly engage and roll with your freak instead of your danger.
Okay. I have to spend a burn for that, but I will do so because I haven't spent any yet.
All right, so I imagine Freefall sort of lights up a little bit more.
Yeah, so the starburst pattern glowing on her face just flares a bit, and then it's a 13.
Okay, yes, you succeed. Let us see. You trade blows, and on a 10+ you can pick 2 from that list. So examples of these are resist their blows, take something from them, impress or surprise them. You can pick 2.
I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with avoid their blows and let's go with impress, surprise, or frighten.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine he's very surprised when you hear him land behind you, and he hauls off and lands one sort of sideways, like body blow to you, but he mostly hits a kind of like muscly part of your back. I imagine free fall's pretty, maybe a
she's
little dense.
pretty dense.
Yeah.
But I think she like grabs onto his arm, and they sort of like both go weightless for a second, and then they sort of like spin and flip in the air, and she kicks off of him, sending him flying up, and then reverses the gravitational field around him and causes him to slam into the ceiling.
Okay, yeah, he slams into the ceiling, and you hold him there, sort of up. What do you plan to do with him?
I mean, I think she just takes a step back and then just slams him back down, and just maybe does that a couple of times.
Okay. Yeah, that hurts him
Just goes,
quite a
ow.
bit. And so on the second or third time, he kind of hits the floor and doesn't try to get up.
Damn it, that hurt.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. How'd he get over here?
I think he teleported.
Yeah, ghosts can walk through walls. I can't believe our powers work on ghosts.
Kickback, I don't think it's actually a ghost.
A phantom, I know, I heard it too, but like it's basically the same thing. Anyways, we should collect this for evidence.
What?
The stuff, all the stuff, we should put in a big pile where like it'd be kind of hard to tell what was actually in there originally.
We're heroes. We don't take stuff. Remember?
I'm not taking anything. I'm putting it into a pile so they know where to look. He puts a bracelet back. He just kicks the pile.
All of it.
And walks back to. He puts a ring back. he takes some earrings off. He just puts it all back. Walks back towards the door. I just want to make sure no one else took it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
you
was that it?
I don't know. We have to figure out what's going out up front. I'm gonna grab him
wait,
by the scruff
our
of the
friends
neck.
are here.
So you grab him by the scruff of the neck, and he's, I mean, vaguely conscious, having been slammed into a concrete ceiling and floor a couple of times by a good friend Freefall. There's some cracks in the concrete on the floor for sure. And as you pick him up, all of a sudden, throughout the building, screaming in your ears is the fire alarm.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I can't imagine that being good.
All right, I got this one. Let's go. Kickback, I swear, if there's anything in your pockets.
Nothing.
Okay. Let's go. And I pick up off the ground and I fly through this hallway. Because I can.
All right. You fly through the hallway. The other two of you close
I have him
behind.
by the back of his neck.
Okay.
I'm assuming under his cloak.
Okay. So you take off down the hallway. The other two of you running, jumping, climbing walls afterwards. I don't know how you all get around. Kickback, walking probably.
Yeah. A brisk
Like
walk,
jog.
you know. Yeah.
A brisk walk. Okay.
I could just like
heading
lighten
out.
kick back behind me and just start dragging him down the hall as the two of us are like flying.
So unsettling, but yeah, like his arms just go out. He's just being drugged out. Yeah.
It's like Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just trying to balance.
So yeah, you free fall dragging kickback down the hall. Corvid holding on. Are you heading toward the lobby, or are you heading back out the way you came?
Lobby.
Lobby.
So you're heading towards the lobby. You'll get there in a second. So Stardust, you have shoved all of the hostages sort of out, the alarm blaring. Do you go with them, or do you stay?
No, I stay and I block the door.
Okay. So you pull the. You're like super strong, right?
Yeah, I have strength.
Yeah, so then Copycat from the other side, you just hear this very loud sort of metal clanging as Stardust very quickly pulls the door shut and locking it. The alarm still going off in the background as Phantom, for all intents and purposes, is advancing on you very quickly.
See, this is what happens when you steal banks. It can't just comes into play and you just realize how much of a loser you are. You lose all of your hostages. This is why you need to stick to writing poems, because honestly, this is just not a good pastime for you, honest. I'm saying. As like man to man or like man to ghost or whatever from your conscience, I'm just saying, you might need to find a new hobby.
Can you roll to provoke someone for me?
Sure. I've got a -2 to that, so... provoke someone, that is freak. Okay, so I've got a -1. Yeah.
That is superior.
Oh, really?
For provoke. Unless you have something that changes it, which some of you might.
Provoke. Oh, I just didn't put it down right. Never mind. It would become a -0 because I have a +2 to superior. Six. Fail.
Okay, that's a big fail.
Can I use a team? Can anybody help me in this dilemma that I'm having?
Stardust is gonna try and help.
You're gonna try to help? What do you do to try to help?
I look around, see if there's anything I can grab and throw at the back of the Phantom.
Okay, yeah, sure. There's a lot of stuff sort of sitting around on desks. There's a phone. There's like some picture frames, things that people would have,
like
sort of sitting on the desks.
A lamp.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a lamp and I'm gonna throw it at the back of the Phantom.
Yeah.
Just chuck it as hard as I can.
That's great. It's great, and I love everything about it. So if everyone is okay with that, you can spend a team from the pool. So a take one out.
Yep.
That would give you a
7.
+1, which would make it a 7, which will make it not a failure, but indeed a partial success. As you're sort of making this plea, trying to follow through with your shroud, and it doesn't look like Phantom is buying it, and they're sort of advancing towards you, and they start to kind of pick up into a jog, like they're coming towards you, and just as they are going to try to do something, hit you, something like that, there is a crash as you see a lamp just come flying and then just smack into the back of this person, and they go kind of tumbling across.
This is your problem. You just take things too seriously, and now you're just taking a fall through life, literally.
So they have aired, and you gain a critical opportunity against them as you see Stardust sort of standing behind, just having chucked a lamp at this person that's caused him to kind of go off balance and go like tumbling across the floor. You have a critical opportunity here. What would you like to do with it?
Stardust just gives a thumbs up.
I'm going to
That was a great lamp.
Go into his mind with my power and just force him to stop moving and stop resisting, pretty much.
Okay. Roll to unleash your powers. That is what's freak.
Okay. Uh, 10.
Nice. That is a full success. So you do what you set out to do. So you, using your telepathy, sort of push into this person's mind, and essentially, I think, cause like a panic response, and they just freeze.
I don't know how long I can hold him.
About this time, as you are saying that to Stardust, the door to the hallway that you came through flies open as Corvid and far behind Freefall and Kickback, carrying a person who looks an awful lot like the person that you have just pinned to the floor with your mind powers. They all come sort of tumbling out into the lobby.
Hi! Good job.
Hey. We got him. One.
Great.
You guys have one?
We got
Looks
one.
like the twins. How wonderful.
Okay, so two with the same. I'm assuming like they're dressed the same. Did you guys flick out of existence back in or?
Yeah. You can teleport. Be careful. You can teleport.
Yeah, ours could too.
Don't worry. He's not moving right now. He's not gonna move.
I mean,
All right.
should
Maybe
we
he's
blind?
the same person.
Should we tie them up or they could teleport out of that? Should we blindfold them? What
That's
should we
why
do?
I'm using my mind powers. I think we should knock them out and, I don't know, hand them
Oh,
in.
but that can cause brain damage.
We should put him
That
back
one's
together.
already kind of out already.
Should
How
we
about
unmask
this?
them?
Yeah, that's probably a good
We could
idea.
do
We'll take some
that.
pictures.
Scooby-Doo. Whew.
Okay. Yeah, you pull off their hoods, and underneath they're wearing these like masks across their face, sort of black, that have this like swirling like dark purple pattern on them. So pull back their hoods and pull off the masks, and as you pull off the hood from the one that you found in the vault, Corvid, this long like brown hair kind of tumbles out, the other having short hair. And looking at the two of them, you see two almost identical twins.
Oh.
So while we've got these people pretty much
I think they're twins.
like down, I'm gonna just quickly pull out my phone and say send a text to my mentor being like, hey, so I may have detained Phantom, can you come over here and pick them up? They may be able to teleport, so please help. And then I'll send it off.
I think your phone rings as she calls you when she receives that text message.
I put like, guys, 1 second. Hello?
Taking phone
Are
calls?
you at the bank?
It could be his mom.
Oh.
Probably his mom.
Why do you ask?
It's definitely his mom.
Because I can't help you if I don't know where you are, Jack.
Yes, I'm at the bank. Right now, yes.
And you've
I don't think
detained
you would tell his mom
someone?
I've
Probably
detained
not his
the
mom.
Phantom.
Oh, that's definitely not his mom.
Definitely not.
No.
And
yeah.
I
Unless his
can't
mom
really talk
knows.
right now because I'm holding them with my mind powers.
What if
Give
his
me
mom's
2
a
minutes. Where in the bank are you?
In the lobby.
superhero?
Oh, wonderful. With all of the windows and doors. Perfect. 2 minutes. She hangs up.
And then I'm like, guys, we need to go right now. You guys can go. I'll just stay here, okay?
Wait, what if we move
Wait,
them
what?
into a room that doesn't have any place that they can go? And then you guys leave, I'll go tell the cops, and then fly away.
I've called somebody who's going to be coming this way, and they have powers and they're good. But I kind of haven't told them about you yet, and I don't want to get
Oh.
you in trouble. So I'd say,
Are you sure you'll be okay here by yourself?
maybe
I'll stay with them.
nearby, just to make sure you're not in view, or you're safe. They're gonna
Okay,
be
we
here
can-
pretty quick. So
Hide in that back hallway.
You got about 1
No,
minute
go
before
to the
she gets
roof
here,
at
Jack.
least. All right,
We'll
go
okay,
to the
we're
roof.
gonna move them.
We'll go to
All
the
right,
roof.
yeah.
Well, we're
How
gonna
is
move
his
them
mom
into
at?
a room that has a closed
Okay.
door and no windows.
Okay.
Like the vault.
Yeah, so on the you want to go all the way back to the vault?
No.
There are a couple of offices that I think you could slip into, like a bank manager's office or something, if you want to sort of slip in there. Okay, so four
Yeah.
of you slip in there, and while you're doing that, we got enough retweets on our tweet to give somebody else a +1
Ooh.
forward. Kickback, you already had
Thank
one, so
you.
I'm gonna roll a D4 for everybody else. Starting with Mecha going clockwise. I think I did that right. That is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Corvid,
Thanks,
you have a
everyone.
+1 on your next roll. Wonderful. You can hang on to That. Okay, so the four of you sort of quickly move into an office and shut the door. And about this time, just as you sort of shut it and kind of press yourselves back into the room or against the wall to hide,
We're still trying to see what's going on.
Is still trying to see. Okay, there are
yeah.
there are some like small windows I think that you can like peek out of, and you see walking in through the front door. You know who this is. You see in a sort of bright red outfit, sort of like half cape behind her, mask across her face, and this long sort of flaming red hair, sort of large, parted on one side, big ringlets. You see Spitfire, who is a
Spitfire
professional hero.
It might be his mom. It might not be his mom.
Hi, Spitfire. See, his Phantom. It turns out they have a twin.
Mom.
Well, not in costume. That'd be silly, right? It's definitely his mom.
No, I don't think it's his mom.
Shh! They're gonna find us.
Well done.
I just happened to be like walking by and saw the bank being done. So I've figured out they have the ability to like make like duplicates of themselves in like these weird like phantom-y way, and they can also teleport. Ish. I don't know if it's teleport or like going. I tried using the teleport power, and yeah, it wasn't fun.
You know you have to be careful with that.
Well, it's just like I was just trying to do the right thing.
And I assume you are here completely alone,
Yes.
with no help or other people that you could be getting into a lot of trouble whatsoever?
I can guarantee you 100% on my cat's life, I am here alone.
Oh, he's gonna have to kill a cat.
I don't think that's what that means.
On my all of my classmates' lives, I am here alone.
Okay, that is enough swearing on everyone's life. Listen, she kind of claps you on the shoulder. Good work. Well done. The police cannot see you leave here.
That's such a mom thing to say.
It's probably his mom.
I can take like a back exit.
It's not his mom.
Okay.
Maybe like
Yeah.
and I have like I can probably copy this guy's power as I'm leaving and teleport onto a roof or something.
That sounds like a great idea. Okay. Seriously. Good job.
Thank you.
She goes and sort of scoops both of them up and walks out the front of the bank. And you all would know Spitfire has her main, she has many, many wonderful powers because she's a very accomplished hero, but her main sort of deal is elemental control. She's very impressed with the lack of collateral damage that she can see in the front part of the bank.
It looks good up here.
All right, so she heads out,
that's
sort of leaving you kind of behind the teller's desk where you can't be seen, and sort of taking the two of them kind of flung over each shoulder, knocking open the bank doors and letting them close behind her.
Come on, guys, we gotta go.
Roof.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, roof.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's go
start
to the
running
roof.
back onto the roof.
I guess we all
Okay.
run.
You all run.
Your mom is cool.
You know Spitfire?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
she's not your mom, right? We just need to settle this.
I can either confirm
Could you
nor
tell us
deny
if she
that.
was your mom?
That's
That's
Oh my
totally
God.
his mom. Totally his mom.
It's totally not his mom. No.
I have
I
a
don't
poster
know.
on my wall.
Yeah, I also have some
Okay,
posters on my walls.
roof.
As we're running up the stairs.
Yeah.
As you're running, jumping, flying, manipulating gravity to propel yourselves up the stairs, you knock the roof access door back open.
Yes.
and you have ways of getting down off the roof. You have at least 2 friends who can fly or do some semblance of flying.
free.
I've still got the lock. And
Technically.
he puts the lock down on the door, like and gesturing it, like expecting free fall to be able to unform the lock and make it into a lock again. You gotta lock it up.
Sort of a one-way trip. They're just gonna have to buy a new one.
All right.
Okay.
Well, they are
Well,
big.
Just put like a "Don't open this door" sign
Yeah,
on
I
it
think
or
they have the
something.
money.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
this is locked
Okay.
and don't enter.
Yeah.
All right, follow me. I'm gonna fly over, like, back a couple buildings so that we're not anywhere near the bank, but still on a roof. Taking anyone that
does
needs
it-
to be taken.
Yeah. Stardust
And
follows
Freefall could
doing
just, like-
cool flips and stuff.
Freefall
you
could
know
just manipulate gravity for like a couple of people and just like zoom anyone. he
I'll
needs
take
to.
assistance. I don't want to copy another person's power in case I, hurt myself even more.
Mm-hmm.
Free fall is just making people really light and then just like fastballing them across.
And then throwing them. Yes.
Yeah. That works.
Always practice with you.
If Kickback's trying to get like off the roof, Kickback will just fall because he knows he can't be hurt by it. So he'll just like fall off a roof casually.
So Kickback
Guys-
just falls off a roof.
Kickback!
So,
Stop messing
And
around!
then I assume redirects himself and ends
yeah,
up
it
back
just
on
goes
the other roof.
like almost all the way back up. He can't quite get he can't conserve all the energy, but he can get like maybe like a foot shorter than when he fell. Yeah.
Like a pendulum effect.
yeah, someone grabs him.
He's hanging onto a windowsill. It's like a foot down.
Stardust just grabs him.
Guys, we
lifts
did
him
it.
up onto the roof. I cannot believe we just did that. Like by
That was like
ourselves.
the smoothest thing we've ever done.
I mean,
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
actually kind
that-
of boring.
Boring.
Well,
Well, I
Do you
did,
want
know,
more
other-
danger?
Yeah. Like, boom, sort of stuff. There just wasn't.
But we didn't
enough.
break anything. I mean, we broke a lot.
Exactly.
And I might have broken their ball. But,
you what?
well, I tried to hack into it and it kind of just, like, it's fine. It just shut down. They might just have to reset it.
Oh. Good job.
I
But you
feel like
guys got
breaking
over-
more stuff is not good.
Yeah, like if
Exactly.
we need to put heroes in the good side of the city, so we can, be, not bad. I guess.
At least we got all the hostages out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job, Stardust.
Good job.
Thanks.
And Copycat.
I, tried.
I think the
Copycat
thing
was a
I'd
big
do-
help with the distraction.
yeah.
That was totally intentional.
Good job. Well, the first thing we gotta do is figure out what other buildings are haunted.
I don't think
You
they
know,
were actually a
Kickback,
ghost.
No. This is how we should do it. Kickback.
Yeah.
What happened was Phantom possessed that building and only that building. I think he only has the power to possess one building at a time. So we should be safe for now because he's in Spitfire's hands now.
That
So-
makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's why you could talk to the building. That makes
Exactly.
sense.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
you understand.
Yeah, good job. We saved that building.
Right.
Wait, there aren't ghosts, right?
There aren't
No,
ghosts.
Just
no.
for building,
Okay, okay.
no.
I was just making
Go-
sure. Okay.
Ghosts aren't real.
I mean,
Well, not for
well,
people.
we
for
can't
buildings.
say that with all the powers out there in the world. There might be something that is resembling a ghost.
Like
Right.
a
Like,
super villain.
a 1PE, like that 1PE teacher in that one high school that is very pale and like kind of is annoying. They're kind of like a ghost.
Or the lacrosse
Uh-huh.
team, all ghosts.
We are, for the last time, we are not attacking the lacrosse team.
Really should. They're very evil.
I don't think they are. I mean, maybe one or two, but they're just a normal lacrosse team.
Out of
Let's
game.
Right.
chill on
What is
lacrosse.
lacrosse? I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Or
Oh,
with the
it's like-
the sticks with the net on the end. Is that lacrosse?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it's a
baseball.
Native
It's like
American
if baseball and
sport.
soccer at a kid. That's what it's like.
What
Yeah,
is-
the long
what's that?
sticks with the net on the end, I think, and there's a ball, and you.
just Google.
I'm realizing
later.
I've never watched lacrosse.
There's no reason.
Sorry,
to.
lacrosse.
Yeah, you have
For-
to catch
for the
and
audience.
throw the ball only with sticks with nets on them.
Yeah.
Right, a weird version of hockey and tennis.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like field
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah. Oh,
Right,
yeah.
sorry.
field hockey.
It's like cricket
okay.
with tackling. That's what it's like.
Cricket with tackling.
So,
All right,
are we going to like ever like reveal who we are to each other? Is that a thing?
No.
I feel
No.
like that's what superheroes do, though. I mean, in the shows they do.
But like after they've known each other for like 3 years or something, and we've known each other for a few weeks. So
I have to ask my mentor. Yeah, I have to ask my mentor first.
your what? Your sis
My
mentor.
well, her name is her code name is Sistor, and she's a big superhero. And if Sistor says it's okay, then I can do it. But otherwise, like I gotta be quiet.
Does everyone have a mentor?
Oh yeah,
Um,
totally. You're like 5.
No, but I just don't
No.
think it's a good idea to reveal our identities.
I mean, like like you've seen like other like some movies, and like once people like reveal their identity, every single villain's coming to their house is kind of like not recommended.
Well, I don't think any of you guys are villains, but it's just a bad idea.
Yeah, we're the good guys.
I look
Okay.
suspiciously over at Kickback, like trying to check his pockets, see if he has anything in them still.
No, I gave it all back. I mean, I didn't take a thing because I'm a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
that would be illegal to take stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys will let me
Can't
know
do
when
illegal.
it's okay to do that, right?
To steal things?
No. to
Oh
reveal
no, to say
ourselves.
who you are. Yeah, totally. We'll tell you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. As you are sort of having this conversation, as it is winding down on the rooftop, everything down below starts to sort of clear away. The phantoms have been detained. You can see sort of Spitfire down there speaking with a couple of the police officers, and it seems like they are packing up for the most part. A few of them sort of heading into the bank to assess the damage. So you've made it out. You've detained the bad guys. Several of you have conditions, maybe all of you. And you, 1, need somewhere to go to recover, and 2, probably also have some more responsibilities this evening that you need to attend to. So where do you
Oh.
go?
I'm gonna
School
start,
roof?
I'm gonna start flying. Oh no, sorry. I'm gonna start heading home, and I'm going to use my ability, venting frustration, to.
By
Ooh, okay.
copycat.
I need to do other stuff. Sorry, I can't stay with. Yes. So I'm going to. So venting frustration when you directly engage while you are angry. Okay, I guess that didn't really apply. I'm just gonna pretty much grab a punching bag in my room and just start wailing on it. Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys all, if you would like narratively, there are ways to clear conditions. They're sort of in a list there are sort of specific ways you can sort of decide narratively what that's like. You can also help each other if any of you are spending time together. That's what your comfort or support move is for. So if any of you want to pursue a scene like that,
Yeah.
that's on the table
Guess-
as well.
I
But
guess
you do have to roll
actually-
for that.
Since I wasn't didn't get to punch anybody during the fight, I'm just going to stay with the team for the time being.
Okay.
I gotta check out and get a laminator that I left in an alley. So I'm gonna
Why
make
why do you have a laminator in an alley?
because I'm making it's the pep rally. It's for the pep rally. We
Oh.
all need IDs now. Yeah, we all need IDs for the pep rally.
Oh,
And so I volunteered.
no one
to
told me. I mean, I don't know why anyone would tell me about IDs for a pep rally. I'm not in charge of that, but I hadn't heard that. Interesting.
Oh, maybe I was supposed to tell you. I don't know, but like they said to make 2 for you, so I'd make sure you had 2 of them.
For me?
2 for
Yeah,
who?
for you. I don't know. I guess you need 2 of them. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go make them.
2 for Stardust?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I thought I would like make one that said you're an adult because you said you needed an adult. So like I can make one that says you're 18.
I don't remember this conversation.
I'm sure it happened. It definitely happened. Yeah.
You know what? Ixnay on that. I don't need an ID, but thank you. I don't know how we would even get a picture of me on there.
It's I'm
wearing a mask. But...
Oh yeah. Well,
do you know who I am?
No, I don't. I was just gonna have it be like you as Stardust, but I guess that's not gonna work, is it? Because if you show that to someone, they're like, "Oh, you're Stardust," and then your identity's out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
I don't think we're super famous to the point where like the entire city knows who our names. You know.
That's true, but they definitely go, like, "Well, this is actually a
person in a
superhero."
mask.
Yeah, which is probably bad. I'll just make it blank. I'll make you a blank one. You can put a picture in it.
What's it like inside of your head?
I need it, but I really don't need it. I really don't need it.
Then then don't forget I even said anything. I don't even have a laminator.
Okay, then why did this whole conversation? Okay, never mind. I think I'm done talking to you for now. I think we're okay here.
So when Stardust decides she's completely done with you, Kickback, do you all have you retrieved your things at this point? There were backpacks stashed all around the...
I think because I
got my stash. I think I got my stashed bag. It was on one of the roofs we passed.
Stardust, from your bag, you hear your phone ringing.
Oh, okay. Hello?
It is your father. Telling you that he needs you to come home immediately. He is setting up a press conference, and he would like you there.
Okay, I'll be right there. Give me 5 minutes. All right, gotta go, guys. See ya.
Okay, bye.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Bye, Copycat. Bye, Corvid. Bye, Kickback. Bye, Freefall. See you later.
Stardust. Her mom's
bye.
a superhero too.
Was that her mom?
Yeah.
I might have been like a parent of some sort, of some variety. You know.
Yeah, we keep running into parents tonight, don't we, Copycat?
Yeah. So Stardust just launches herself off a roof and is a white blur through the sky on her way home.
Okay.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna say this Kickback once. Spitfire is not my mom.
Okay. All right. I
just know her.
Yeah. I'm not even there to be vindicated.
I knew it.
I knew it. I knew it.
What are the rest of you doing?
Didn't want to give Stardust the satisfaction of being right, so like.
Cool.
Sorry, that sounds rude. I didn't mean like that. Well, actually, I mean,
Okay, Freefall, do you want to go check out and make sure there's not more crime going on?
Yeah, that sounds good. Just like awkwardly walking to the edge of the roof as trying to get out of this awkward conversation.
Right. Okay, bye guys. We'll see ya. She kind of just flies backwards and then turns over and...
All right.
Freefall just falls off the roof, true to her name.
Okay.
As I see
a lot of jumping off
flying away, I'm gonna fly home. I'm gonna try and copy and fly home.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to walk home in armor.
Okay.
It takes Kickback a second to realize he's the last one on the roof. But after he's like,
oh man,
everyone else left. And then he just goes down and leaves.
You've never done it before, so I'm going to have you roll to unleash your powers.
Okay. Time to fall off the roof, everybody.
Wait, who are you copying? Freefall or Corvin?
Ovid.
Okay, I was gonna say that's gonna be way easier.
Trustful.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. So it is market condition. Your choice. I will say, when time passes, your conditions do go away. So
I have the choice of
Two
insecure,
detrimental?
hopeless, and afraid. Which one do I think? Is it insecure? I guess. I've marked insecure between those
Okay.
options.
so you mark insecure. You're able to do it. You're very unsteady, having never flown before, and you don't quite make it all the way home. You're able to fly about 2/3 of the way there before you kind of sputter out and have to land before you go plummeting into the ground. You make it most of the way.
Just stuck in a tree.
Crash in the neighbor's garden.
Yep.
It's like I've done it.
So you
I'm
all
alright.
head. I don't think anyone saw you. So you all head your separate ways, picking up your belongings. Some of them newly acquired and hidden in alleys. But yeah, you all make it home. Later this evening, Elaine, you attend your father's press conference. So standing off to the side, sort of on the steps of City Hall, watching him ready to speak from behind a podium. I'll assume either you or your parents, the rest of you, probably tune in to this because there's some pretty serious stuff happening. And you can see either watching this or on TV or attending. Elaine, you're definitely there. Mayor Silver sort of stands in front of City Hall with this this setup. He stands behind a podium. Behind him, there is this very large sort of projection screen and some like speakers set up because the crowd that has turned out to attend this press conference is pretty huge. So when he's ready to get started, his face sort of appears on the screen, and he begins to address everyone. He starts to talk and says, "Citizens of Luminos City, I am here today to address the incident at Luminos City Bank as well as others that have occurred over the past few weeks. Rest assured, we are surveilling the situation carefully, and I am doing everything in my power." And before he can finish the sentence, he is cut off by this loud screeching noise, like feedback coming out of all of the speakers around him. And he sort of covers his ears and is looking around, obviously irritated, as he spends most of his time irritated, and looking around trying to figure out who is going to fix the problem. And on the large screen behind him, which is a lot of the feed that you all who are watching it on TV are seeing, the image of the mayor freezes and then sort of shifts, like it is almost like it's shorting out for a moment, and the screen goes dark, and then another image is suddenly replacing him. You see a figure sitting in a dark room, their face in shadow so they cannot be seen, and the crowd sort of goes very quiet, very hushed, and this noise from the speakers stops, and the figure on the screen begins to speak. In a calm voice, they say, "Luminos City, I see you don't appreciate the gifts I've been trying to give you, so I'm here to explain myself. Try as you might, those of you without abilities will never truly control those of us who have them. Mayor Silver, the way you treat young supers in the city is questionable at best, and I find you extremely unethical. If you wish to control our children's freedom in such a manner, you have me to contend with. And, young heroes, I saw you today. There are a few of you out there who ignore the mayor's regulations. I applaud you, though your naivete seems to have you fighting against the wrong side. If you're looking for support and freedom, Sentry will not help you. Mayor Silver will not help you. But I will. If you're out there and you wish it, I will find you. The screen freezes again and sort of jerks and shorts out and then goes black, and the audio cuts out completely and a hush falls over the crowd. And then there's this flash of light from the screen as this one huge white word flashes across it, and the screen just says mastermind. And that is where we're going to end the narrative part of our session for today.
Yeah.
As we contemplate that, because we have some...
Texting. Guys, we should follow Santa. And his nativity. I think we should definitely be down for Santa. Yeah, Santa sounds cool.
No.
Nope. Nope.
We'll let you guys think on that one and decide what exactly you're going to do about that next week. So at the end of every session of Masks, there is a set of moves that we have to take into account, and we're going to get into shifting labels, which are your stats in this game, things like that. So if everybody wants to look at the peripheral moves section of the moves, there is an end of session section, and it has got 3 options for you. So I'm going to ask everybody which option they are choosing. At the end of every session, everyone decides if they have grown closer to the team, and they'll tell us why, grown into their own image of themselves, and they'll tell us why, or if they have grown away from the team, and they will tell us why. Does anybody feel very strongly about what happened to them this time?
Yeah, I think
shout it out.
Corvid is going to grow into their own image of themselves because they took charge and they don't normally do that. Okay.
I like it. So we will look at your labels, and you will pick one of them to shift up by 1 and one of them to shift down by 1. So a fun thing about this game, if you're not familiar with Masks, is that your stats are pretty much always in flux and changing a little bit. So go ahead and pick those. Who else?
I think I would also have grown into your own self-image, because
Okay.
I use my ability a lot today. Like,
You did.
and I copied a lot of the powers, and I feel like the more I use them, the more like the stronger my power comes. So I feel like, my labels probably shift from that.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't
absolutely.
really interact with the team too much, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I buy that. So yeah, 1 label up and 1 label down.
I feel like I definitely grew was part of the team. I mean, we were on the same page the whole time. Wasn't any miscommunication or any confusion. We were just in sync the whole time. So I feel like I really bonded with them.
I
imagine
can't tell when
Kickback
you're being
definitely thinks
sarcastic or not.
Yeah, I imagine Kickback definitely feels that. Okay, so yeah, so you grew closer to the team. Who made you feel welcome?
Oh, Stardust. I mean, like at every point she was there and we were just like in sync and I don't know. I feel like I have a sister, like another sister. Like if I had 2 sisters, I feel like Stardust is my other sister. Yeah.
Okay. So Stardust, you can now mark that you have influence over Kickback.
Okay. And Stardust also feels she grew closer to the team. She tried to use her powers and it didn't go too well for her, so it definitely wasn't growing to your own image of yourself, and she just felt like she had like a group of friends for once to talk to and interact with, and even in immense danger make jokes with, so that was something that was important to her. And yeah, I think Kickback made her feel welcome, so it gets influence over her too.
Yeah. And then the 2 of you, for those, can either clear one of your conditions or you can mark a potential. Your choice.
I'm gonna clear a condition.
Okay.
My 1 condition, just because the way to get rid of
Perfect.
it otherwise is a little frightening.
They're tough, yeah.
Well, I gave back the rocks, so I don't feel guilty as I'm carrying my laminator all the way
There
home.
you go. All right, you can clear guilty.
I did have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If we already had influence over someone, does it just stay that way? There's no like doubling up on influence?
No. So what will happen then? So if somebody already has influence over you, or if you already have influence over someone and you would gain influence over them again, you are going to shift 2 of their labels. So did you already have influence over Kickback?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will then look at Kickback's labels and you can shift one of them up and one of them down.
Okay.
Neat.
Cool.
Which you can think about if you would like.
Okay.
You guys can talk about it, so you can look at his sheet and everything. That's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, free fall.
Yeah. I was stuck between growing into your own image and for getting to smash that guy into the roof. And then potentially, I think it's a little extreme to say growing away from the team at this point, because she wanted to destroy some stuff and wanted to like do things her way, and people didn't want to do things that way. And I think she kind of was a little resistant to that. But I'm going to go with into your own image of yourself for this time.
Okay. Yeah, 1 label up and another label down. And other than that, we will clear the team pool and reset it back to 1.
Excellent.
Okay.
That is our end of session moves. Great job, everybody. I hope you guys had fun today. We have several more sessions of this coming up. So real quick, well, we got a few minutes. We got time. Right now, I'm going to let everybody, we'll go around real quick in our circle. Tell everybody who you are one more time, where they can find you, and if you have any things coming up that you want to plug, you want people to check out, follow you on, that kind of thing. We'll do that. I'll do you guys, and then I'll close us out. So we'll start with Mecca. What do you got going on?
Okay, you can, well, first of all, I'm Mecca. You can find me at MeccaLightSpider on Twitter or twitch.tv/MeccaSpider, where I stream every now and again. For projects, currently I've actually finished everything, so you can find me here next week on Friday for the next mask session, which I'm really looking forward to. That's everything.
I'm glad. All right. I'll go last. Sean, what you got going on?
Oh, so much. You find me at the Crack King on Twitter, where I retweet everything that happens on the channel I stream on. G Game Nights. It's 2 G's and a K. I run D&D on Saturdays. Saturday nights Thunderball. Playing sports. Sundays you can catch me on playing Monster of the Week, which is another game Savannah runs. Bunch of college students fighting monsters, and D&D on Tuesdays for AOS, and Thursdays playing. We just started like a Good Society game, which is Jane Austen, Regency era, gentlemen and ladies. I played kind of a douche in that one, and we do that every other Thursday. Savannah nods me vehemently. And then we also play on alternating Thursdays Tales from the Loop. So lots of different sort of games for you to check out over there. That's it.
All right. I'm Morgan again, or at Imagine Matrix everywhere online. I'm actually mostly a cosplayer, and I'm currently working on making my Dungeons and Dragons character as a cosplay. So if you're interested in that, you can follow me. But other than that, no big things. Just playing masks on Fridays, which I'm super excited about and had a great time doing today. This was my first time streaming, so that was fun.
We're so proud of you.
Well done. My name is Aram. You can find me everywhere at Vartian. I run a pair of Dungeons and Dragons games called God's Fall and Rise of the Demigods. Rise is an all LGBTQI group, and I'm really proud of it because it's the first streaming game I've done as well. This is the first time I played Masks, and it was fantastic. You did a great job. That was a really fun adventure, and I'm looking forward to coming back next week.
Thanks.
Cool. Hi, I'm LB Hackemup. I play a lot of games. Sunday night and Monday, I'm on Indoor Adventures channel playing Tomb of Annihilation and a homebrew game. Tuesday, I'm going to be streaming Overwatch on my own channel, LB Hackemup on Twitch. Wednesdays, I'm on Nerd Immersion's channel playing Rod of Seven Parts with Jordan with PH. Thursdays, I'm back on my channel doing horror games for some reason because it's fine. Fridays, I'm here. Saturdays, I have off. Sundays, I have double duty, G Game Nudge channel doing Slaying 101, and then after that on Endor's channel. So just follow me on Twitter and I'll retweet stuff.
All right. That's my cast. I will close us out one more time. I am Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter. I say all the other social medias. Twitter's really the only one I go on anymore. So you can find me there. I tweet and retweet all of the games that I'm in, which is also a lot. Sean said a lot of them, but when I'm not here on Fridays, I'm at twitch.tv/game nights, game with 2 G's, and nights with a K. I don't even remember what day it is. I'm playing in Thunderball tomorrow afternoon on GGK. I am running Monster of the Week on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on GGK. We play Slaying 101. It's college kids fighting monsters. Right now they're fighting vampires, and some of them are naked. It's very stressful for everyone involved. That's what happens when you fight vampires in the middle of the night. On Tuesday, I play D&D on GGK and AOS at 7 o'clock. And then on Thursday, alternating Thursdays, I play in our Good Society game as well. And I also run Tales from the Loop on some Thursday nights, which is kids on bikes trying to solve problems with no help from adults. They also need an adult, and they also don't get help from them. So yeah, I run a lot of stuff and play in a lot of stuff, and I tweet about it a lot. So follow me. And follow all of the rest of these faces that you see around me because they've got a lot going on. And I think, my friends, that is going to do it for us today. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching, for getting us past our 30 retweets as well. That helped your friends out considerably. For you all, for your purposes, if you have a forward and we get to the end of the session and you don't spend it, you can hang on to it. It just applies to your next roll, no matter when you make it, because I don't think Corvid rolled again after she got hers. So moving forward, we'll do that. And then also thanks to whoever donated to unlock the Bane and gave the villain a twin sister.
That's what that was. Okay.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I was like,
So.
How?
Phantom. But yeah, we will check in with us on Twitter throughout the week. We will be back here next Friday, same time, same place, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Join us to see what Mastermind is all about and what shenanigans we get up to in the lead up to prom. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
It's weird that they haunted the same dog.